Hey everybody, welcome. Bob Vieira here. It is Tuesday, December 6th. Beautiful day outside. And I wanted to talk to you guys about the number one news article, real estate related, that happened today. So Black Knight is a real estate data solutions company, and they just came out with a very startling report. You'll see on the screen here, 8% of newly mortgaged homes are underwater. Let me back up just for you guys watching who don't know what underwater means. It means that the homes have negative equity. Okay, so think of a seller that wants to sell their home. They have equity. The equity in their home is the difference between the value of the property and the mortgage on the property. That's equity. Negative equity means that they literally have not only no equity, but the equity is in the red. Okay, so an example of that would be I own a house. The house on the market right now is worth $200,000, but I owe the bank a mortgage balance of $250,000. That would be negative equity because I'm underwater 50 grand in that situation. So that's what this article means when they say homes are underwater. This is shocking because we had this gigantic housing boom. Everybody was going crazy, buying houses, rushing into the market with these low interest rates. And I don't want to sit here and say, told you so. But when this was happening a year or two ago, once 2020 hit into 2021, when we had these insane low interest rates for investors, it could be good, right? Because pick up a property, even if you pay a lot of money for it, you have low interest rate, you have low debt payments, your debt service is low, so the property is still going to cash flow. So a lot of investors purchase their properties with really low interest rates and they're cash flowing, all right? So investors are in good shape, even if they have a little bit less equity right now, if they purchase during this crazy boom. The people, and I said this, I know it's easy to play Monday morning quarterback now. It's easy for everyone to say, told you so, but I've been saying this all along. I saw the writing on the wall because, guys, you can't. The problem is this. If you're an investor, you're going to cash flow. You're going to get rents. You're going to cash flow. It's okay if you don't have equity. You could weather that storm as long as you have good tenants in there that are paying you. If you're a first-time home buyer, which a lot of the buyers who rushed into the market with these low interest rates are, it's very, very troublesome because it's not an investment property. You're not making money every month. It's not an asset, it's a liability. And the problem is you're overpaying. That gigantic rush to the market, it caused people to grossly overpay for their properties. And again, if you're a first-time home buyer and you did this, you're going to have a long storm to ride out here because especially in crazy markets, like I'm out here in Tampa, that's where my wife and I live right now. Tampa was absolutely crazy. It's still a crazy market, but it's starting to settle down a little bit. These past 2 years, Tampa has been outrageous. Outrageous. I mean, a property would be listed. If you wanted to make an offer off of Zillow or off of the MLS to purchase a retail property, if you're a first-time home buyer, if you weren't prepared, and I'm not exaggerating here, if you weren't prepared to bring 50 to 60K on average over list price just to get the deal, you weren't even in the same stratosphere. You shouldn't even waste your time if you weren't able to do that. The reason that's troublesome is because going back to this article, a lot of people did that. They got very excited with the interest rates. They rushed to the market and they overpaid for these properties. They paid a shit ton of money for these properties. And now they're sitting there grossly underwater because what happens is, let's go back to the example in Tampa. Properties listed at, let's say, $500,000. Maybe that's what it's worth. Properties listed at $500,000. Let's say that's the market value. There's so little inventory and the interest rates are so low. Everybody's rushing to get that same property. A bidding war ensues, and now you pay $550 for the property. Property's worth $5. You just paid $550, and that's fine in the moment. That's fine in the moment because everybody's overpaying, so the comps are going up and up and up. So for that first year you own that property, you're fine. You bought it at technically market value. The problem now is the market is starting to settle. Interest rates are coming up. The market's settling a little bit. So now that example I just gave you, when the property is normally $500,000, you bought it for $550. Guess what? that $550 value, that 550K value is coming down. It's starting to settle back to reality. And that reality in that case is $500,000. That's the actual value of the property. You just paid $550. Not only did a lot of people overpay for the properties, the second issue, which is you'll see right here, I highlighted it in the article, it's very fascinating, is of those 8% of underwater properties, over 25% are government-backed loans. So FHA, VA loan products, and they have very low down payments. Now, I'm a huge fan of FHA and VA. Don't get me wrong. I think those are tremendous loan products. I love them. The problem is if you overpay for a house that you're living in that's not an investment property, and you leverage an FHA or a VA loan, you're coming to the table with little to nothing out of pocket. So your loan to value is extremely high, and now you're over leveraged to the point where it's a very scary situation. I'm not here to scare you. I'm not one of these sky is falling, guys on the internet, but listen, you have to be a realist. And this is a recipe for disaster, because as we head into this recession, people that overpaid for their properties, a good portion of them who have negative equity, there's going to be job loss. There's going to be employers cutting job hours. There's going to be a lot of distress coming, just like every recession. When that distress comes, a lot of the over-leveraged home buyers that bought in these past 2 years, they're not going to be able to make that mortgage note. What's going to happen is they're going to be in a short sale situation or a foreclosure situation. And that's just the reality of it. I hope it doesn't happen, but it's going to happen to a lot of people. So we have to be aware of these stats. I woke up this morning, I read this article, and I was shocked because, I am in the distressed real estate space. It's where I play. It's where we serve the economy. But I didn't think it was going to happen this soon, I'll be honest. I didn't think we were going to see underwater properties this quick. And this number is staggering. The 8% is staggering, guys. But what's even more staggering is what I highlighted, that over 25% of the high loan to value loan purchases, FHA, VA, etc., are dipping into negative equity. That's a huge problem because people are over leveraged. So I just wanted to bring this, guys, to you. I'm going to end the video here. If you're an investor, if you're a realtor, mortgage broker, it's just very important to pay attention to these market trends, because these are the indications that we need to follow as we come into this recession. I hope this info helps. I'm going to try to bring you guys info like this whenever I see fit. I hope everybody has a great day. Please don't forget, I'm trying to build this YouTube channel. It's brand new. It's growing fast, but not fast enough. Click the link, subscribe, and I'm going to continue to bring you guys really important information like this. So we'll talk to you guys soon. Everybody have a great day.